Well, hello there. This is Sharon Burton of Spark Your Creative Coaching, and I am so excited to launch a new series in the Spark Your Creative podcast recordings for my audience and hopefully some new people. I am doing a series focusing on my book. It's Creative Sparks 21 affirmations and inspiration for creativity at midlife. And I am so excited to launch this new series. It's been in the making for quite some time, and I'm glad to get this off the ground. And before we get started, if you would not mind to like this video, save it, and share it with others. And if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel or to SoundCloud, where my where the Spark Your Creative podcast is located, I would really love for you to subscribe to it so you don't miss an episode. And of course, like this and share this with other people. We definitely would love to expand the podcast family and learn so much more about being creative at midlife. So, to get started, I thought I would read a passage from my book, which was, here we go, which was launched last year. It's been out for, nearly about a year now. And I am so excited to have worked with Swiner Publishing. Shout out to Nicole Swiner and Rick Swiner, who helped me uh, give birth to this baby right here. And just wanted to read a little bit from the introduction so you can get a sense of what the book is about. Um, Also, in upcoming episodes, we are going to be talking to people who I interviewed in the book. I was fortunate to be able to work with a number of wonderful creatives from across the country who are at midlife and ask them to share their thoughts and views on a variety of different topics that is covered in the book. And we're going to be talking to them and getting their viewpoints because I think it's important to hear from people who are at midlife that are still going strong or have launched their creative practice or passions over 40. And I think it's important to hear from them and to link them to some of the affirmations in the chapters in the book. So I'll start with the introduction for your hearing. Are you a person over 50 struggling with creative blocks or feeling a bit disconnected from your artistic passions? Do you feel it may be too late to launch a satisfying creative life? If so, you're not alone. Rediscovering your creativity later in life can be a challenging process. As a midlife creator myself, I understand the struggles of reigniting your artistic identity. That is why I decided to share a little about my personal journey and experience to help you reconnect with your creativity, overcome blocks, and pursue your passions. Through a collection of affirmations, exercises, and inspiring stories, this book serves as a guide to help you live a more fulfilling and creative life. In this book, you'll not only learn how to use affirmations to gain more confidence with your creative life, but you'll discover how to use affirmations to overcome creative blocks and create your own that are tailored to your specific needs and goals. So, this book was born in 2018, or at least the thought was. And I felt that I wanted to have an inspirational book to help people who wanted to return or actually achieve some creative goals that they may never have before. These are people that may be on their way to retirement. They may be having empty nest syndrome, or they just are looking for a change, want to exercise a part of themselves that they have not been able to do because they were pursuing a career or getting involved with a variety of different other pursuits. So I came up with 21 affirmations, and I'll just read them to you that I thought would actually serve as chapters to focus on providing creativity tips, as well as interviews with other creatives that can encourage readers to move forward with their creative passions. Affirmation one is: it's never too late for me to pursue a creative life. Affirmation two: I embrace my inner creativity. Affirmation three: I am open to exploring my self expression. Affirmation four: every day creative energy flows through me. Affirmation five: my creative practice brings me peace. Affirmation six: my space nurtures and supports my creative practice. Affirmation seven: I welcome creativity into my daily life. Affirmation eight: my creative muse is alive within me. Affirmation nine: my creative energy powers me. Affirmation 10: I open the channel for my creative practice. Affirmation 11: I set and reach my creative goals. Affirmation 12: journaling helps to fill my creative well. Affirmation 13: I flow past all obstacles to my creativity. Affirmation 14: my inner critic is powerless. Affirmation 15: fear and anxiety have no power over me. Affirmation 16: the only opinion of my creativity that matters is mine. Affirmation 17: my creative practice brings me comfort in the midst of grief. Affirmation 18: I feel my well above all else. Affirmation 19: my creative community supports me. Affirmation 20: I am open to learning new things for my creative life. Affirmation 21: my creative work deserves to be seen. And I have a bonus affirmation, which is number 22: my creativity helps my community and the world. I also have a chapter called Moving Forward in Your Creative Journey. And that gives you a lot of information as to how to move forward with your motivation to create and to do something that you've never done before, or to return to something that you may not have done in a long time. And it doesn't matter if you're a visual artist, if you are a musician, if you're a poet, a writer, an author, um, anything creative, a dancer, an actor, an actress. This book is designed to help people become motivated and to affirm who they are as a creative human being. So during this whole series that we are launching, we're going to be talking to people who are engaging in a variety of different um, creative endeavors. And they're going to share a little bit about themselves and about how they deal with different things that you encounter as a creative person, particularly at midlife. You can learn more about this book right here at sparkyourcreative.com/book. And you can learn a lot about what the book is designed to do, some of the questions and some of the exercises that we will be doing as part of that book, that you will be rather be doing as part of the book, about the chapters and what led me to write this book. One of the things that I think it's important is to understand that in the end, it's about being compassionate with yourself as you move into your creative passions and learn something new as far as a creative practice is concerned. Um, this is not a preachy book, but it's just a source of inspiration, particularly at times when you feel that your creative journey is a little frustrating and challenging. And as we move through um, the world as we're actually doing now, which has been quite challenging for so many of us, one thing that we want to be able to um, definitely get across to you is that your creativity is important and to stay creative, that it's never too late to be creative. And so we will not be going through all of the chapters with this particular um, podcast series, but we will be going through quite a few of the key ones that I thought would be of interest to you and hopefully whet your appetite to purchase the book and read it for yourself and work with it. Um, I will also be doing a lot of book signings, particularly in the greater Washington, D.C. area, if you live in this area, and in other places across the country as I go along and as things open up for me. So you can learn more about where you can find me and also be able to get a signed copy of the book at sparkyourcreative.com um, /events. And you'll learn more about where you can find me personally, where you might be able to talk with me or either attend an event where I'm talking more about the book. If you have not purchased a book, of course, I encourage you to do that. The book is available on Amazon.com. It's also available on my website, sparkyourcreative.com. In the store menu item, you can find it. But if you have not bought the book, I really would encourage you to do so and to watch this whole series or listen to this whole series and learn more about how being creative at midlife and really starting your journey at midlife is such the perfect time to do it. You have more time, you have more resources, but you also have life experience. And life experience is very important. Um, when I first wanted to be an artist, a visual artist, I don't think I would have in my teens, I don't think I would have brought as much depth to my work, which is forever evolving, as I did in my late 30s, early 40s, when I really got into um, putting together a creative practice for myself, for my art, and getting it out there with exhibitions and that sort of thing. And I kind of heard that a lot with some of the people that I've interviewed with this series. We're going to talk everything from setting up a nice space for yourself to create your art, to self care, how important self care is to us as artists, as well as leaning into your creative practice as a way of self care. We're going to talk about a variety of the different topics and affirmations that I just mentioned as part of the book. And I really would encourage your feedback in the comment sections. What things resonated with you as far as some of the conversations that you're hearing? What things did you learn about that you didn't think of or was new to you that you heard during the interviews? And I really want to interact with you all as part of this podcast series if possible. It's interesting because a lot of my audience just watches, but they don't say a whole lot. And I really would like to encourage you to share, even if it's just this was good or this was really inspiring or whatever. I'm going to be also sharing information about the guests that I have too. So if there's something that really pops out for you, or you want to learn more about them, um, their information is in the book, but also I will be sharing that in the show notes so you can follow up with them. And, if you like what they had to say, you can learn more about them. It's about sharing not only their words, but who they are as creative people, and learning more about people that maybe you haven't heard from or heard of. So this is a special podcast, and I am really excited to share this with you. um, I think those that were participated were very honest and forthcoming about their experience moving forward with their creative passions in at midlife. We didn't get to everybody, but we did get quite a few folks that participated in these discussions. So this is my gift to you. Again, it's just about creative sparks unleashed. Unleashing the book, and sharing a little bit about the book, and encourage you, if you have the book, to, as we go through some of the affirmations, read the chapters and participate in the discussions that you hear, and do some of the exercises as you feel led. And of course, know that it's never too late to be creative, and this is your time. So, that's pretty much it. This is my little intro podcast that I wanted to share with you and just sort of introduce you to Creativity Unleashed, which is, um, again, just interviews and learning more about the affirmations in the book and some of the topics that we're going to be discussing that you may encounter as a midlife creative. But the biggest message that I want people to resonate with and to walk away with is that it's never too late, and that you are creative no matter how long it was since you last drew something, played an instrument, sung, danced, whatever. And even if none of that has been a part of your background, and you just want to move forward with a different life, that is full of creativity and spontaneity, it's not a bad thing to do. That you can do it, that you are an artist, a musician, a writer, an author, a poet, whatever you want to pursue, that is you. And how you want to move forward is up to you. If you want to make money off of it, that's fine. If you just want to do it as a hobby, that's fine. There's no rules in being a creative being. The only big thing is to move forward with it and to be comfortable with that part of you and own that part of you. So I hope that you will enjoy this new podcast series as part of Spark Your Creative Coaching. I am a creativity coach, and I do encourage you to learn more about what I do on sparkyourcreative.com, and learn more about my coaching services, my workshops, which I do virtually and in person in the greater Washington, D.C. area. And I'm looking forward to your participation in Creativity Unleashed, this new podcast series based on this book right here, Creative Sparks, 21 Affirmations and Inspiration for Creativity at Midlife. Thank you for joining me for this first podcast, and look forward to hearing from you and sharing with you some of the affirmations and these wonderful creative people that will be joining me. Take care, and I will see you at the next episode.